Hello, hello, familia. Welcome. My name is MagdalineJanet. If you're new, welcome to the fam. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because we're always here having a good time. And come visit me on TikTok and Insta because I'm there daily, legit. And of course, welcome back to all my oldies but goodies. A lot of you guys are oldies but goodies, and I love it. Okay, so you have asked me a lot to do this, and I'm sorry it took me so long, but you guys know I'm always my phone fell. You guys know I'm always on the hustle with the new products, but today is the day I do a quick roundup of all the new skin tints that have released in 2022 that I think are worth your dollar bills. They're all high end. So these are some serious dollar bills, okay? Today's video, I demoed them earlier today, and then I'm gonna be talking about it so you can see how they look. Just a quick application, no review or anything, because I do have a full review on every single one of them. I will link that video down below with linking where to buy this product, just so you have it readily available for you. But you guys know I like to give you everything I could possibly give. An application is important so you guys can see like the deal, okay? Let's start up with the first one is Summer Friday Sheer Skin Tint. This one is new, like within a month new. I reviewed it, I liked it. I think it's very beautiful, but it's very lightweight. It kind of feels like water on the skin. That's just how lightweight and just weightless it feels on the skin. It doesn't provide a lot of coverage. It's one of those things you can just add to your skin and go. You'll have to set it depending on how you like your makeup, but it's extremely sheer. It does have a long wear because I wore it all day and it definitely wore well, but I always recommend with something that's very sheer to wear a primer so it just adheres to something. Especially if you have oily skin, if you just apply this type of skin tint on, it's most likely gonna disappear because once your oils start coming in, it kind of eats up the product. And that's when we kind of look gastada and blotchy, you know, because it's so lightweight. And although this one is super thin and watery, it gave the skin this nice radiant blur look that I really like. When you initially apply a skin tint, it kind of looks like okay, but sometimes skin tints look better when you powder up. It just gives it that extra little boost, you know? So yeah, this is number one. Okay, next one is Iconic London. This one's new too, like literally a week old. This one I felt like has a very, not I felt, it's legit. It has a thick texture. It feels like foundation. When you apply it on, it has that thick texture and it applies more of a foundation with a lot more coverage than let's say this one, but it doesn't last as long, even with primer. So I would say the longevity of this one is probably 8, at most 10 hours. Something about it, it just didn't last as long as I would like it to, even though we set it and we did the whole thing. But it does have a thicker texture and I kind of like that because it provided more coverage. The thicker a skin tint is, the more likely it's going to provide coverage. The only thing is that this one just didn't last as long as I wanted to, you know? And the shade is beautiful and it's available at Sephora. Some of Iconic London products are available there, so we like that. This one's good, but just not as long wearing, you know? Okay, Tula. I kind of like, this is one of my top of all of these because it's thick, kind of like Iconic London, and it has great coverage. It has SPF and it feels like an SPF because it's very moisturizing. This has SPF 30. I always recommend anything that has SPF to still wear your regular SPF lotion underneath and then top it off with a foundation or a sunscreen, because usually sunscreens that are in makeup is not enough. It's usually 20 or 30 SPF. So this one I did like because of that texture and it lasted all day long. It worked well with primer and without primer. So this is one that's very unique. It's kind of like a foundation, still a skin tint vibe, very moisturizing with SPF. And it kind of feels like a SPF, you know? It's literally a radiant skin SPF, like the name. Talking about SPF, Tower 28 released their Sunny Days with SPF 30. These are very similar. Tula just has more shades, but this one again had that thick texture. It feels very moisturizing, but this one is very radiant, like radiant. I forgot how radiant it was. I really like personally mixing this one into like foundations because it just gives you a perfect balance of both, especially if the foundation is full coverage. But this one does give you good coverage, has that thicker texture. The only thing is I don't like like is that it doesn't have as many shades that I personally would like to. I know with a lot of skin tints, one shade is meant to be able to be worn with different skin tones. That's the only thing I'm just like, oh, because I feel it more of a foundation, you know? It feels like it has kind of that thicker texture. I really like this one though. As I was applying it, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember, I really like it because I like personally thicker textured skin tint. They're not really the foundation thick, but they're not the thin skin tint, you know? So yes, this is a good one. Okay, Rare Beauty. Rare Beauty, literally, this almost fell, can do no wrong in my book. I love Rare Beauty products. I haven't found a product that I was just like, oh my God, it's horrible. So this Rare Beauty skin tint kind of was all the rave, I don't know, earlier this year. The only thing I have to say is the shades are funky. But again, because skin tints are meant to fit a lot more skin shades, this one does warm up to the skin. It's just the initial application, as you guys can see here. It's a little like, what the heck? This looks super yellow, legit yellow. But as I was applying it, it kind of warms up. And that's the point of a lot of skin tints. I mean, at least they should do that. This one, again, has a very thin texture. Like, this is a true skin tint in my book. Tower 28 and Tula are more on the thicker side, and they kind of remind me more of a foundation. When this one came out, I was like, yes, it's a true skin tint. It's lightweight. It's very, very blurring. It lasts all day and it works well with powders, which is very important because we have oily skin. And I feel like a lot of people with oily skin kind of get away from skin tint because we feel like it may not have too much coverage or just might disappear, which can be the case because oily skin does kind of eat up product, or it just can easily smear if you're like touching your face or if you wear a mask or whatever the case is. So this one is very lightweight, very beautiful, very blurring. It's the shades are funky, but don't be afraid of the shades because it does warm up. This is like the perfect no makeup skin tint because I feel like the texture is not thick, but it's not super, super thin, like watery, like the Summer Fridays one, you know? All right, the last one, Dr. Jart BB Cream. This is more of a BB cream, but I threw it in the skin tint arena because it gives me more of a skin tint vibe, but it's very thick, but as you apply it, it kind of shears out and thins out. It's the craziest thing. It's the one I'm wearing today. When I reviewed this, I was just so surprised how long lasting this one is. I would say is the longest lasting of all of these skin tints because something about it, it just adheres to the skin. Like it sticks down to the skin where it does not move, and throughout the day, it just gets better. Like with skin warmth or like worn makeup, that's honestly my favorite look. Like you put your makeup on and you wait 3 to 4 hours. It's like those oils and the warmth, it just has mixed up so well. And this is like the perfect example. The longer you wear it, the better it looks on the skin. Like right now, the skin looks cute. You know, we got powder, we got a patch. Hold on. Okay, fixed it. We have powders, we have everything, and you see the skin just looks really nice. I do have highlight. Only thing about this one is that it only has 4 shades, and of course the shades are adaptable, but I know a lot of people did not like that because Dr. Jart, it's such a big brand at Sephora, or not huge, but bigger brand, and they're more a skincare brand. So the fact that they brought out like a BB cream with only 4 shades is a little like, okay, it won't fit everybody's skin tone. At least give us 10 shades. For the most part, skin tints don't come out with 50 shades. Usually I feel like it's 15, maybe 10 shades because all the shades are adaptable. That's the only con about this. But if I were to, oh my God. If I were to pick my favorite one out of these, it's really, really hard, but I will probably say Tula and Power 28 are very similar. If you have one, you don't need the other one. They're very, very similar in texture. They both have a good amount of radiance, but for the most part, textures the same. The only thing is Tula has better shade ranges and good undertones. This one looks light on me, but I'm also a little bit tan. But if I were to pick my favorite, I would go with one of these two. Dr. Jart, I told you guys, I really like it. I think it works very well for oily skin. But again, there's only 4 shades at Sephora. Rare Beauty just does the damn thing with shades. It doesn't matter if they're like coming out with a blush, they'll come out with at least 10 shades of it. So I appreciate Rare Beauty with that. I just like this one. I feel like I go to it often and it just gives me like a nice sheer coverage, but it blurs the skin. I have very, very big pores, so that's one of my main concerns when I'm wearing makeup is I want my skin to be blurred. I mean, does it have to look perfect? No, nothing's perfect, but you know, I could get a little blurring action going on. So these are my favorite. If you want something a little more nourishing, a little thicker, I would go with these. These are good. I like them. I think they work out, but this one I felt like it wore nicely. It worked out, but I'm ranking here, so I gotta give you guys the good because these are the skin tints that I actually like, and I wanted to just round them up for you and give you one video so we can see them again and see how they apply and how they look. And just like a quick recap, I was just like, I wanted to pick one that's my favorite, but it's hard. I can't pick one. I'm saying makeup. There's so much good makeup out there, you know? But yeah, this is it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was helpful to you. And have you purchased any one of these? Let me know. And what do you think about them? Because we got oily skin. Do you guys like skin tints or not? Let me know, especially the winter, the fall. Well, we're now in fall, but winter's coming up too. I feel like these are really good because they're so moisturizing, but it's a very lightweight coverage, you know? And I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for asking me to do this. I know it took me forever in a day, but we were able to collect a lot of skin tints. So that's good. So let me know. Of course, I'm always in the comments to chat it up with you. Let me know your thoughts. I love you guys so much. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, click the button right there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Whew. You guys, I need to go to work and I'm so late. But I'm like, I have to do this video.